Hey, welcome back. Today we're talking about how to raise more capital with webinar follow-ups. Have you ever heard the expression, the fortune is in the follow-up? Well, it's definitely true, very, very true when it comes to doing webinars for raising capital. So this is the fifth video in a series of explainers about my scalar system for using webinars to raise private capital. And today we're talking about one of the most important parts, and that is the follow-up. So we're going to go over some tips, tricks, strategies, and ideas for you to maximize the amount of capital you raise from your webinars. Stay tuned. All right, so this is step 5 of our 6-step webinar scalar system. First step is all about selecting the right topic. The C in scalar is all about calendarizing, picking the right day and the time. A is advertising, getting the word out. L is doing the lecture, the actual presentation itself. E is the engage side of things. That's what we're talking about here. Getting people engaged, following up, getting them to actually invest in your deals. So if you recall from the advertise section, we talked about the 3x3x3 method. 3 promos, 3 reminders, 3 follow-ups. So let's take a little bit more of a look at these 3 follow-ups. Very, very important that we are following up with people who, number 1, have not booked in a meeting with us right off the webinar. Number 2, weren't maybe RSVP'd to show up for the webinar but didn't actually attend, so they are the no-shows. We want to make sure that we are following up with these people. So the easiest way to do that, the first way, is with just those replay emails. So if you did your webinar on Thursday, you record it, you put the recording up, then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you promote the replay of that webinar to everybody who RSVP'd, the people who showed, the people who didn't show up as well, and then you take down that replay at the end of the day on Sunday. So the replay emails are part of our follow-up system, but then we can go to the next step as well. So in my estimation, there are 3 kinds of people that we're going to get from these webinars that we do. So we've got the live attendees, and those are going to fall into 2 different categories. We're going to have the keeners, and we're going to have everybody else, just the regular attendees. Who are the keeners? The keeners are the people that were really showing a lot of interest during your presentation. They're the folks that were actively asking questions. They were the folks that were showing a lot of curiosity around what you're up to. They're the folks that booked in for actual follow-up sales calls. Those are the keeners. So we want to focus on them first. That is our number 1 priority. Why? Because that's the lowest hanging fruit. Those are the people that are most likely to either engage with us and invest in our deal or refer us to other people who might invest with our deals. So let's focus on them first. Second category of people that we want to focus on are the other folks who attended the webinar live, but perhaps they didn't book in for a call, or they're a little bit shy, or they had their cameras off. They weren't super engaged or engaging, but they were still there for the live presentation. So if they showed up and they attended and they were there for the entire thing, I would say they are worth following up with as well. And then the third category are the no-shows, and that is our lowest kind of level of priority. They're the people that registered but didn't actually show up and attend the event live, but we still want to follow up with them. So the next question is, how do we follow up with these folks? Well, in addition to the 3 replay emails, we also want to proactively reach out to people. So the people that book in a call, well, that's pretty simple. You're going to have that one-on-one conversation with them and do your normal follow-up from that. But the other folks, you have to be a little bit more proactive. You're not just going to sit on your laurels and wait for them by osmosis to reach out to you. You can proactively reach out to them. And there's a couple of different ways. It depends on how you're best connected with those folks. The number 1 choice I would have is if you have their cell phone number, just send them a quick little text message. Hey, Jane, what did you think of the presentation I did on Thursday? Any thoughts? Question mark, zip that out, all right? And get that conversation going. And then move that towards having a one-on-one meeting, ideally via Zoom, where you can get them engaged, all right? Good points, Jane. Love that. Hey, how about if we just jump on a quick little Zoom call and see if this might be a good fit for you, right? So you're going to move them towards that outcome. Okay, so keep your conversations short, casual, friendly, not any high pressure type stuff. If you don't have Jane's cell phone number, you can send her an email, or if she's a Facebook friend, you can send her a direct message. You just want to be as direct as possible, but again, keeping it casual and friendly. So don't just wait for them to come to you. Make sure you reach out to them. For the no-shows, you can do the same kind of idea. You know, you're sending out the replay emails, and then after all of that smoke clears, you might send out some messages to the no-shows. Hey, Joe, did you have a chance to check out the replay of the event that I did last week? What are your thoughts? Love to hear your thoughts. You know, just get them engaged that way. What are your thoughts? Are you interested in getting those kind of returns yourself with real estate, with the different ways we're able to do it, that sort of thing? Get them engaged, and again, try to push them towards that one-on-one Zoom call. And last but not least, I want to reinforce and reiterate the importance of having a limited time replay. This is super, super important. A lot of people say, well, Dave, why don't I just do the webinar and then turn it evergreen? Leave it up there forever so it can just work like a little 24-hour salesperson for me and getting people engaged and enrolled in my deals. That's not how it works. So you want to train people to show up to your events live. You do not want to reward them for procrastination. So again, that's why we gave the tip when we're doing those, doing the actual presentation side of things. Do some of those giveaways, do some of those prizes to encourage people to be on live and show other people that didn't show up that there's another reason to be on live. And then the other thing is you want to take down your replays so that people know that that information is not available to them all the time, and that it's best for them to act quickly, right? So you want to make sure that you've only got your replay up for 3 days max, and then let people know that it's taken down, and then keep it down. Even if they come back and ask for you, hey, can I check that out? No, I'll be doing another presentation in a couple of months. You can check it out at that time, right? So encourage people to actually be on live. You're just going to see much, much better results if you do it that way. All right, so this was step number 5 of the 6-step webinar scalar system. On our next and our last video in this series, we're going to go over step number 6, which is the R, which stands for repeat. How often should you be doing these webinars? What is the right cadence? What is the right frequency? We'll go over that in the next video. And if you like all of this, you'd like a shortcut, a hack for when it comes to raising a lot of private capital very quickly, check out my book, Money Partner Formula. You can get it at investorattractionbook.com or click on the link in the description below. And if you'd like a PDF version of the infographic of this whole webinar scalar system, again, I'll have the information about that in the description below. And we'll see you on the next video.